What's up, YouTube? This is Slidey8Fry here. So yesterday, the relatively new Pitch Meeting YouTube channel uploaded a new pitch meeting of the new Disney Plus MCU show She-Hulk, which all I've heard about it is that it's really bad. It's trying to be too woke, but even failing to do that. And all the men are morons in the show, which just seems to be the attitude that these new woke Hollywood writers seem to believe. I get the feeling they probably never had a real social life, and that's why they write male characters this way. And then they write female characters that are just like perfect and don't have personalities. They probably never had a social life, like at all. I mean, I'm an introvert, but I do have some kind of social life. You know, I'm not just talking about just with these videos here or talking on social media. I've interacted with my friends in person a lot. you know, Not lately, but and I'm happily married to a beautiful Hispanic wife. So, anyways, um, I haven't done a reaction video to Ryan George in a little while. It's been like a month or two maybe. I guess for with how the less frequency I've been making these, maybe that's not that long, but it's been a long time since I've reacted to a pitch meeting, and I think the last time I did was when pitch meeting was still on the Screen Rant YouTube channel, and it was one when I was doing a duo reaction with my friend John for Marvel's Eternals. Okay. Anyways, let's do this. I'm looking forward to how much they just completely shit on this show that is very poorly made. If they do one for Rings of Power, I'd love to do a reaction to that, but I don't know if they have, or if they already did, or if they're going. I'm sure if they haven't, they're already going to. They're
You
going
have
to.
some new Disney Plus content for me?
Yes, sir, I do. Although I am kind of worried we might be oversaturating people with Marvel stuff at the moment. Maybe we should take a breather between projects for a sec.
No.
Yeah.
Well, okay then.
So I was making my way down the list of Marvel characters we haven't brought into the MCU yet, and I was thinking we could make a She-Hulk show.
Oh yeah, we haven't done that character yet. That sounds like money to me.
Yeah, and it's a real fun character, because in the comics, she was breaking the fourth wall even before Deadpool. You know, I can see that working well in Deadpool movies or comic books, but do you think it might lower the impact of the overall MCU to have a character that knows that they're in a cinematic universe? Hey, shut up. So we're gonna meet Jennifer Walters, who's a lawyer and also Bruce Banner's cousin. He's from the movies. He sure is, sir. And so they get into a car accident, and she gets some of his blood in her blood.
Unexpected blood combos are tight.
Okay, and so since they're related, she turns into a Hulk as well.
Oh, wow.
Wow. And so Bruce is going to show her some cool stuff about being a Hulk. Like, you can drink alcohol and not get drunk.
Why would you want that?
Pretty cool, right?
Not really.
And so he's going to teach her and try to guide her through these new powers, and she's going to kind of make fun of him and
I actually think at least that's kind of cool. You drink and you don't get drunk. Yeah. It's kind of like Roger in American Dad. I can't get drunk, and he had to go, climb that mountain in order to get. He had to go climb that mountain to meet that hick who makes the greatest brew ever that can get literally anybody drunk. Maybe he can get the Hulk drunk.
insult him. So that's going to be fun.
That kind of makes her
Through these new powers, and she's going to kind of make fun of him and insult him. So that's going to be fun.
No.
That kind of makes her seem a little rude and mean.
Yeah.
He's just trying to help her because he cares about her.
Plus, she doesn't really want his help. Plus, she's already kind of mastered the whole Hulk thing already.
Oh, she has?
Yes, sir. She's already
Yeah.
fantastic and agile, and she could turn into She-Hulk at will without losing control of herself at all.
How is that possible? I feel like it took Bruce a long time to master all that.
Well, Jen explains to Bruce that because she's been catcalled and mansplained to, and some men are straight up dangerous, she's much better at controlling her anger than Bruce because she's had to do it infinitely more than he has.
Okay, yeah,
That's
no, I mean, I
fucked
see
up.
what she's saying, and in no way do I want to belittle what women have to go through at all.
Careful.
But also, she's saying this to Bruce Banner, who saved the planet multiple times and lost his best friend and his love interest and was turned into a monster and chased by governments and turned into a gladiator slave on an alien planet, tried to take his own life. It's like, of all people, Bruce?
Yeah, okay, so I hear what you're saying, and it's actually not okay for you to point that out.
Oh, okay, my bad.
It's too.
That's basically how modern Hollywood writers are. This is spot on.
Too late, you're on a list now. You can't have any opinions about this show without being classified as being on one extreme of a very complicated issue.
Ah, dang it, I hate being on lists.
So anyway, Jen goes back to her life as a lawyer, and during a trial, a super-powered influencer, which is a thing in the MCU now apparently, burst through the wall.
Uh-oh.
And so then towards
Okay.
the end of the first episode, Jen's gonna turn into She-Hulk, and everyone's gonna learn that she has powers.
Wow, and so what else do we find out in the first episode?
Oh, well, you know Captain America?
Yeah?
He put his pee-pee in a lady.
What?
Then Jen gets fired from her lawyer job and gets hired at another firm to start like a superhero law division.
Okay, so this becomes kind of like a lawyer show.
Ah, kinda. Sometimes. A little.
Do you know how to write courtroom scenes?
Nope, and then so also it's gonna be kind of a slice of life kind of show, like Jen's gonna go on dates and stuff.
Right, okay, does she also fight crime or...
Not so much.
So like, what happens?
Oh, well, stuff. You know, sometimes.
All right, is there, you gotta give me something, please.
Oh, well, at a certain point, she's gonna represent Emil Blonsky, so that's gonna be pretty cool.
I don't think I know who that is.
Remember, you know, he was in the movie, the 14 years ago, he was in the movie.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
No, it wasn't a super memorable character, but yeah. Well, that doesn't really matter, to be honest, because he's just a completely different character now.
Oh, okay, great. It's all connected.
Also, Wong is gonna show up sometimes.
He's from the movies.
He is, and he's gonna become friends with this girl, Madison.
And what's her deal?
She's always drunk, and she's the absolute best part of the show.
Nice.
Also, at a certain point, She-Hulk is gonna twerk with Megan the Stallion. What? Superheroes don't usually twerk? Exactly. So people are gonna be like, what? And then other people are gonna be, you know, deeply angry about it.
Oh my god, what?
You know, see, that's gonna be kind of a thing in the show. We're gonna kind of rile up angry internet dudes and then make fun of them for getting riled up. That's gonna
Yeah, too bad. That is the opinion of the writers. Too bad there's a lot of women who actually point out what's wrong with the show. What are you going to call them sexist against other women?
gonna be really good for the state of internet discourse, yeah. Yeah, that's gonna help with all the
Yeah.
toxicity online, I'm pretty sure. So any interesting plot threads or anything I should know about? Oh, there's like this group of toxic dudes that call themselves intelligentsia, and they're trying to get some of She-Hulk's blood.
Oh boy, I bet that's gonna come into play later. The hell was that noise?
It was
Oh yeah, I heard it. What did it mean though?
Well, see, we're gonna get to the finale, and it's gonna be set up like a big Marvel showdown, you know?
Oh, okay.
So there's gonna be this toxic dude that turns into a Hulk, and then Bruce shows up, and Abomination's there, and it's gonna be this big showdown type thing.
Uh-oh, gonna be hard for her to get out of that situation.
Actually, it's gonna be super easy.
Of course
Barely
it is.
an inconvenience.
Oh, really?
Yeah, see, Jen is gonna break the fourth wall and be like, is this working for anyone?
Okay.
She's gonna be like, this is kinda crappy, right? Where this show's going, it's not good.
We're making the show.
We are, yeah. And so then she's gonna go into the Disney Plus menu and eventually into the She-Hulk writer's room.
What is going on?
Then eventually meet with the head of Marvel, who, as it turns out, is just this creatively bankrupt robot algorithm making formulaic decisions based on what it thinks is popular.
Kind of hurtful.
And so she's gonna get him to solve the few problems that were actually happening in the show, and then we're pretty much done. So does just pointing out that the writing wasn't very good make it better in some way? God, I hope so. Do you think we risk making any future She-Hulk or even Marvel projects less captivating by having a super meta character that can literally change the script of the shows and movies she's in? I don't think you could ever go too meta, sir. Isn't that right, future me who's editing this video?
That's a great question, but again, I'm just filming myself
Hey,
pretending to edit this video. I'm not actually editing this right now.
Oh, maybe we should check with the comment section of this video. I mean, what do you guys think down there in YouTube comment section? Is it possible to get too meta? Super easy. Barley and inconvenience.
Right, okay, that's pretty much all they say down there, I think.
So anyway, what do you think?
Why'd you just zone out for like 30 seconds?
So anyway, what do you think? I mean, it sounds like a pretty good time. I just feel like it's missing a little something to make sure that people tune in. I've got just the thing.
Oh, man.
Hi everybody, it's Ryan George here.
That is
Thanks
an
for watching that
awful,
pitch meeting. I hope you
awful
liked
show.
it.
I'm
Don't
glad
forget
I've
to
never seen
subscribe
it.
to the channel and email this video to your grandparents. You might want to call them on the phone to make sure that they received it. Some older people have trouble with technology. It's not really their fault. Just call them if you can. All right, I'll see you next time.
Okay. All right, well, hopefully there wasn't any issue with... how much time does that say? 8:40, 9:40... Oh, Yeah, we're gonna go above 10 minutes. This won't be on TikTok. So, anyways, what do you think about this new episode of Pitch Meeting? I'd say it's extremely spot on. That seems to be exactly how modern Hollywood writers see things. They There's even been proof. I forget who I heard this from, but there's even been proof that Hollywood hires people, like Hollywood companies, they hire people not because of their talent, but because of their political views now. So, like, you'll see a show go down the tubes because it's terrible, but they'll keep going with it because it follows a political point of view that the studio agrees with, which is honestly stupid. Like, are you trying to go out of business? Like, you do realize if you go this path, people will not watch. And it's not because they're prejudiced or anything. It has nothing to do with any such thing. I'm sure there are some people who choose not to watch these woke stuff because they're prejudiced, but no, most of the time it's because it's of how they do the woke stuff. Look, woke used to just be about awareness. This is actually interesting because when Steve Shives mentioned this, he's another YouTuber. He usually talks about Star Trek stuff, but he also talks about political stuff. He's very leaning, but I tend to be. I'm progressive, but I also don't go with the establishment Democrat leading, and I don't. But there are times where I'll listen to the right side as well, but not always. Anyways, I just thought I'd briefly mention that just in case you're wondering or anything. Let's try not to get all political in the comments, please. But Steve Shives said something interesting about woke. Woke was supposed to be about awareness. That's literally what it's supposed to be about, awareness. Um, he didn't go into much more detail about that, but it caused me to think he's right. It is supposed to be about awareness. The problem is a lot of companies are going about the wrong way. Instead of just, something that gives better representation through better writing, they're forcing better representation with their bad writing and saying, suck it up, you have to deal with it. It's been the wrong way for too long. We don't care. Entitled assholes, honestly, you know what I mean? Um, so yeah, this was extremely spot on modern Hollywood writers, and I, I'm completely certain it's completely spot on about the She-Hulk writing staff. But my goodness, this show, I am so glad I've never seen it. It is a terrible show just from seeing this. I've seen people talk about the show on other YouTube channels, but didn't even know how the show ended because I guess I had already moved on from watching videos that talk about the show. Um, but seeing this, like, wow, what an atrocious show. I don't think they even care anymore. All they care about is pushing a certain agenda forward, and that doesn't help if you don't write good material. Like, see my reaction to the 2020 Mulan pitch meeting. Um, like, too often companies seem to not really realize that there's a lot of empowering females in cinema. There's a lot of them. There've been for decades. You can't pretend that you're suddenly doing it now. There has been. Ripley, I mean, you go way back, the 70s. Ripley from the Alien franchise. Like, she's very empowering. But she wasn't like this perfect woman or anything. She had obstacles to overcome. It's like nowadays, there's a lot of fed up people, both men and women, working in Hollywood who are just fed up with men being heroes to the point that instead of actually having a woman develop as one, they make her perfect right from the get go, which isn't compelling. And then they get mad because people don't like it and they call people sexist for that. Like, it's not sexist to dislike an unlikable character. It doesn't matter what gender they are. So, Yeah. Wonder Woman, the 2017 film, they did it pretty well. They didn't make the men stupid. She had to learn things about the world. She wasn't perfect, but she was a great hero. They did it well with her. Um, of course, there's a you can go back to the 80s. Okay, you go there, the 90s. There's Sarah Connor from the Terminator films. She was very scared in the first movie, like very scared and um, afraid, and her life wasn't really even going that well. And then um, she was able to, she found a way to destroy the Terminator that was going to kill her in the first movie. And in the second movie, people thought she was crazy because it was all made up, because people thought she completely made it up, but she was right all along, of course. And I believe it's in a deleted scene where Sarah Connor actually had a chance to kill the Arnold Schwarzenegger Terminator. Like there was like they were just Sarah Connor and her son John Connor were asleep, or Sarah Connor actually woke up, wasn't actually asleep, and had a chance to like take something out from the Terminator and permanently shut him off. She was so close to doing it and decided not to. Like her fear from the first movie made her think that she has to kill it, but then realizes he's been protecting John Connor the whole time. He hasn't tried to harm her, and this may have been, I don't know, might have been before when she was seeing them high five, and interact, and the Terminator learning how to interact with John Connor. I don't know if it was before or after that, but um, it's interesting. I am getting tired of all this crap. There's all these goddamn updates. Like this shit keeps popping up on my computer. Anyways, um, there's been a lot of strong female characters. Actually, yeah, Mulan 2020, terrible. She's perfect right from the beginning, no development. Mulan 1999, actually, that movie is my favorite movie from the Disney Renaissance era. Most people wouldn't say it's their favorite. Most people would say it's like The Lion King or Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast. But no, my favorite movie of the Disney Renaissance is actually Mulan, and it's because I just love how her character develops. She struggles, not only because she is struggling to actually be a good soldier, is failing at the training, but also because the men around her, they don't like her. Like they can't stand her. But then when she succeeds, um, it's glorious. They all appreciate her. They all respect her. It's beautiful. Um, so it's development. Strong female leads can be done similarly to strong male leads. They struggle and then they learn and then they grow. But when you make one a Mary Sue and make her perfect without needing to develop as a character, who wants to watch that? You can't relate to somebody who's perfect. I mean, we might as well just put Kirby in every film. You know what that would mean? If it was Kirby from, Nintendo, the Kirby games, that would be perfection right off the bat. Kirby is so goddamn OP, it's ridiculous. But at least it's in a video game that's like kid friendly, so you need that much story anyways, and he actually has some tough obstacles to overcome anyway. But no, these women are perfect, and that's not appealing. If men were perfect, people would be yelling sexism too. They would be. They would be yelling sexism because it's the men being perfect. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. Click that bell icon to add me notifications. Uh, Stay tuned for some more Johnny Depp stuff. Stay tuned. There will still be occasionally more reaction videos, and stay tuned for my videos and shorts from seeing Johnny Depp and Jeff Beck in concert in San Jose. Also, stay tuned for some some slideshows from when my wife and I went to Hollywood Boulevard and went to the Wax Museum. Thank you so much.